Okay, follow me as we're about to look at one of the rooms with the film collection. I'm in the basement. Room 1. Here we go. 30 years of collecting. This right here was from Bert Heck. He worked in advertising at NBC in the 50s, and he would take film prints home. And half-hour shows were made on kinescopes. That's as the show is going live. A camera, 16mm camera or 35, would be on the TV screen shooting a film print. And this is a half-hour show of Armstrong Theater, 1954. This kinescope was then circulated around the country. So if you weren't tied into the major networks and there were cable feeds that brought you out to the West Coast, then a film print would be mailed like this to a film studio, to a TV network, and they would run it up on their projector and it would show live, and then they would intercut it with commercials. This place is filthy. I'm not proud of what has happened to this. This is not... I have a state-of-the-art collection that needs a lot of help. This was a guy who was working at Channel 5 in New York before, when it was Dumont, changed to Channel 5. In their closets, in their warehouse, were filled with negatives, films. This happens to be Big Beat that Barbie Darin was co-hosting. Herb Sheldon's Studio Party. That was a kids show back in the 50s. And OK Mother, Dennis James, one of the early morning shows for women in the early 50s. Dennis James was like the Regis Philbin of now. And this were film prints that were restored at the Museum of Television and Radio. And now I have the original negatives here. This place is not... Well, the only reason it's air conditioned is because my super lives in the other room working down here, so he always keeps it good. This stuff one day will find a home. Faith for Today. Someone was getting rid of a Ho religious show. That's about this part here. This other part is Wild Cargo. It's a nature film. Some guy went to the jungles of Africa and started making nature films. These is from the early 50s, some color, some black and white. More Faith for Today. This is a feature film called Monitors. It has a lot of great clips that I want to cut up. All this has to be packed. Now, when I was showing you a half-hour show before, like here happens to be a half-hour show on a smaller reel because someone took the commercials out. These were the commercials. Each one was a 60 or 30-second commercial sent to the local stations. They would then take the commercial from the ad agency or the company. 30-second commercial would be edited into a film print, and then the film print would be shown live on the air. Somewhere along the line, starting to seep through the rust, and now the rust, damn it, is seeping onto the film print, which means I can't put it back into this can anyway. All these are 10-minute films that need to be cleaned, rewound, really cleaned up. No concept of what these are. Lots of things we're packing away. Hopefully we'll get to another day. But first, these messages.
Before we go, let's take a look through this TV camera, okay? Now see that 58 olds there? Oops, was there.
And listen, the bells ring as it rolls along, you know. And here's a toy that you can have lots of fun with. So be sure to see a Good Humor man today to buy your Good Humor model ice cream truck. They cost only $1.75. And don't forget to ask them for double flavor, double sticks too.
Good night.